Hi everyone, welcome back to the DIY Residence. Today I'm going to walk you through the part 2 of my patio makeover that I did on my YouTube channel. If you haven't watched part 1, I would recommend you to do so, and today I'm going to share with you the part 2 of my patio makeover. Enjoy! So as you enter my garden from the side door that you see right there, I have this back garden section, and this area right here is always one of the trouble spots, and none of the plants that I've planted grew up in here the way I wanted. There is a bush of peonies there, and this year it didn't give me any blooms. And again, because I have a big maple tree just facing that area, which gives a lot of shades, my plants are not really blooming this year. So I've decided to remove everything that's here and put more shade loving plants. And here you can see there's a big rose plant that I'm trying to make it more straight and try to work around that as well. And probably in the late fall I'll be transplanting that rose into somewhere that would be more that would give more light and it would do better. So please watch me as I transform this little area of my garden into something that looks much better. And look what I found right here. It was a dead bird, unfortunately, that was underneath the rock, and I was able to see a big trace of ants. So as I was tracing, I found this little poor guy. So I'll be removing him and continuing with my work. So right here, what I did first was to trim away everything and then remove all of the perennials that I have, and I won't be throwing them away. I'll be relocating them elsewhere in my garden. So that's what I'm gonna do before I start replanting. After removing all of the plants that I didn't want and I wanted to relocate from this section, I'm just going to clean all the weeds and the small plants away, and then I'll be raking this area just to have a neat surface to work with. So this is how it looks after pruning everything and cleaning all of the perennials that was here and having the bed ready for new plants to be put in. So for this section, I was mainly focusing on adding plants that loves shades and partial shades, because we do get little areas of partial sun, throughout the day, but mainly it's a shaded area. So I'm gonna plant some perennials that I was able to get. I'll be putting the names of these plants in the description down below if you're interested. Those are some beautiful hostas that I was able to find. So before I plant or dig holes to plant my plants, I usually like to put the pots around with the plant in them just to see if I like the layout, and then once I'm happy, I usually dig in the holes and I start planting them where I want them to go. So whenever possible, I like to have my kids involved as well in planting, because I think it's a good opportunity for them to learn and appreciate the nature and the environment around them, and to appreciate the growth of plants that they've planted. So here I had my boys help me plant. So here, as you can see, these are after I placed all of the perennials. And for the hostas, I know they'll be growing bigger, so that's why I wanted to leave some space between them. And now I'm gonna just apply some mulch, and I like the red and dark brown mulch because it brings out the color really well. So that's what I'm gonna do, and this mulch I got from Walmart, and I'm just gonna add just to make sure, just to give some neater look to my area that I've worked for. So this is how it looks after this area was mulched. As you can see, I was missing some mulch towards the end, and I'm gonna go do that later on during the day, but it makes a huge difference after I clear out and remake this area. So I'm super excited to see how it turns out. So I was able to find this wooden bench that needed some love and caring, but I wanted to add this to my garden, and I was able to find this in a trash, and I was very happy to find it. So what I'm going to do is to transform this into something that would look gorgeous in my garden. So to transform this piece, I started by using my sander. It's a palm sander, and I'm just lightly sanding away all of the area that was peeling off, and I'll be spray painting this bench into a similar tone, so I won't be sanding it all the way to the bare wood, but I just wanted to make sure that all of the rough spots and all of the chipped paint was taken out before I start spray painting. I then took this beautiful blue spray paint color that I got at my local hardware store. I'll leave the name of the spray paint and the color of it in the description below. So here I'm just spray painting this, and then I'll show you how it looks once everything is done. So this is how my patio looks like after it got a fresh coat of stain, as well as the railing was put in. I'm super happy at how it turned out. And here we decided to put some solar light caps on some of the longer posts of the deck. So here I'm just gonna assemble it to this instruction that was given inside the box, and I'll be screwing them to the wood posts. If you are joining the DIY Residence for the first time, then welcome. I upload new videos every week, and I share the many DIY projects that I do in hopes to inspire others to do crafts. So if this is something that interests you, please hit the subscribe button as well as the bell icon so you don't miss on any of my future projects. So let me walk you through my front yard as well as my back patio. So as you enter, if you recall my front porch makeover, all of the flowers are fully blooming right here. The lemon wreath that I also made in my YouTube channel as well, if you want to watch how I make that. And here, as you can see, my garden is in full blooms. Some of them I have done blooming for this year, so you can see them right there. I also have a beautiful blue bird bath that really shines in the front yard. And here, as you can see, my planters and some more of my perennials that are doing really well. These two chairs also, I got them at the thrift store, and I was able to spray paint in this gorgeous pink color. And then you can see some more of my garden bed right here. I also have areas of shades in the back. And now here, as you can see, this is when you enter my garden, and on the sides you can see a little fountain as well as this wooden arch, and I have climbing plants to the side. I can't wait for them to bloom. But again, because this area is also in the shades, I won't be getting much blooms on those flowers. As you can see, that's the beautiful wooden bench that I spray painted. I think it looks gorgeous in my garden, and sitting here is so peaceful. You can listen to the fountain and get the breeze from all of the trees that's around. So I love this area of my garden. This area is directly facing the garden that I just retransformed, and as you can see, this is where it is. So I'm loving how it turned out, and I can't wait for all of the plants to grow and to make this section look much full. So again, looking in the back, this is how you enter to my back garden. And sorry about the pot right there, but I think it looks gorgeous. If you watched part 1 of my patio makeover, you saw that this section was not stained, but the sectional that I made out of scrap pieces of wood, as well as this pergola structure that I made. And I think it's such a beautiful place to sit and enjoy the beautiful fountain that brings the most beautiful noise that you can get while sitting and enjoying listening to the birds. And I have my bird feeding section just in the front, so this area is really nice, and we enjoy it a lot during the summer. And now the upper part of the deck, again beautifully stained, and with our patio dining set right there. I think this area turned out super beautiful, and I love how my patio turned out. Please let me know in the comment section below what you think of the space and what you would do different, if there is anything that you would change. But I love how everything turned out. Please leave my video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and then I'll see you around in my next videos. Take care everyone and stay safe.